What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, another belt has been stripped from now three-time junior middleweight world champion, former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Jermell Charlo is 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draws, 19 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. Jermell Charlo, September 30th, he took on and dared to be great, jumping up 2 weight classes, and he took on 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is widely considered and acknowledged as the face of the sport of boxing, and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. This is a fight Jermell Charlo had been seeking out since both fighters was at 154 and years ago, and he finally landed the fight, and he had a lackluster performance. He got dropped in the 7th round, and then he lost a unanimous decision. He just didn't assert himself. He didn't commit to anything, and he was very hesitant to absorb any power from Canelo Alvarez. So he lost. But he had a mandatory in Australian superstar, now the newly crowned WBO junior middleweight world champion, Tim Tszyu. Okay, Tim Tszyu is the son of a legend, Costa Tszyu. Tim Tszyu was Jermell Charlo's mandatory. They were supposed to fight in March, but Jermell Charlo broke his hand, and then Jermell Charlo got the opportunity to fight Canelo. He exited the division, and Jermell Charlo was stripped of the WBO title. Tim Tszyu was elevated to the WBO regular champion. Now, due to inactivity, uncertainty with Jermell Charlo's career, what's going to happen with his career moving forward, because he has a DV case that he's fighting, and there's a lot of different reports, a lot of different rumors, and it's a bad situation he's dealing with. And Jermell Charlo, it's just a lot of uncertainty. He fought Canelo in September, and you haven't heard anything from Jermell Charlo since then, because he's fighting a serious case that he has going on with his significant other, right? And it actually threatens his freedom. You understand? He's going through a divorce, so you haven't heard much from Jermell Charlo, right? And so now Jermell Charlo is, thank you. Jermell Charlo is, we don't know what the future holds for Jermell Charlo. What's next for Jermell Charlo? And so with that said, inactivity, right, and uncertainty, they're starting to strip him of his belts. Now, the World Boxing Council, better known as the WBC, President Mauricio Suleiman, board of 32 members, have put Jermell Charlo as champion in recess, which essentially is they stripping Jermell Charlo, right? And now they have who was a guy who was becoming his mandatory, on the verge of being his mandatory for the WBC, Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno. Sebastian Fundora, he got knocked out by Brian Mendoza because he was on his way to being the mandatory challenger for Jermell Charlo's WBC title, but he ended up getting knocked out by Brian Mendoza, and then Brian Mendoza ended up fighting Tim Tszyu and losing to Tim Tszyu, right? So with that said, now Sebastian Fundora is 20 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 6'5.5" with an 80-inch arm reach. With an 80-inch arm reach, fighting at 154 pounds. Sebastian Fundora is just as tall and rangy as Anthony Joshua. Just put that into consideration, right? He's going to fight in March 30th. Sebastian Fundora is going to fight, and now he's going to be fighting for that WBC title, and he's going to fight against Sarah Bahachuk, okay, who is 23 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 23 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach, Orthodox Ukrainian fighter. So the winner of that fight is going to be now for the WBC title, right? And they quote unquote putting Jermell Charlo as champion in recess. He's being stripped of his title. It's the same thing they did with Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman was inactive and his future was uncertain. And if Jermell Charlo's future was not uncertain and he was just making a decision, they wouldn't be putting Jermell Charlo as champion in recess. They would be waiting to see what is he going to do as far as a mandatory challenger, and they wouldn't be making this fight for the WBC title. Okay, so again, we don't know what the future holds for Jermell Charlo. Is he even going to fight at 154 anymore, seeing as though he went up to 168, or is he now going to fight at 160? You know, it looks like his identical twin brother, Jermell Charlo, who's the WBC middleweight champion. Looks like Jermell Charlo is going to move up to 168 officially. It's ironic because Jermell Charlo hasn't defended his WBC title at 160 pounds. He hasn't defended his title since 2021. And he's not champion in recess. They didn't strip him of his belt. But Jermell Charlo, they stripping him of his title. So, Jermell Charlo had big fights. A big fight with Terrence Crawford was on the table. Now there has been, it's like putting the back burner. It's getting to a point where it's pointless for Terrence Crawford because his whole point was to fight Jermell Charlo and become undisputed. Now Jermell Charlo is going to be shy of 2 belts, the WBO and the WBC, and he's on the verge of losing the IBF because he has an IBF mandatory challenger, and I'm pretty sure they're going to fall in line and follow suit with the WBO and the WBC. So I'm pretty certain that Daryl Peoples, the president of the IBF, is going to follow suit, fall in line, and they're going to either put him in champion recess or strip him of his IBF title as well, right? So if he does come back to 54, he's going to have to defend that IBF title. He'll still be the WBA and IBF champion. He's still unified right now as it stands. He still has 2 belts. And this is just a way to put Jermell Charlo, the WBC. They don't want to completely strip him, so they want to have some attachment still to him. And so they're going to put him as champion in recess. And that means that the champion, whoever wins Sebastian Fundora fight, then he'll have to come back and fight them to regain his title. So, it's you know, this is just life, right? Things can happen very quickly. You could be at the top of the mountain, and one decision, you go right back to the quote unquote bottom of the mountain, right? So he was the undisputed champion and fighting Canelo Alvarez, and the world was at his fingertips, and he just decides to jump up 2 weight classes. He has an altercation with his significant other, and just that quickly, he loses to Canelo Alvarez, divorcing his wife, and losing his titles. So let's see what happens next, how this unfolds. They've been trying to peg him and Sebastian Fundora together, though. That's nothing new. Sebastian Fundora dropped the ball, getting knocked out by Brian Mendoza, and he wasn't going to get the Jermell Charlo fight as of yet anyway, because again, Jermell Charlo was challenging Canelo Alvarez 2 weight classes above, and he would, even if Jermell Charlo didn't fight Canelo Alvarez, he was going to have to fight Tim Tszyu. So Sebastian Fundora wasn't on part of the plans just as of yet. But you best believe they was trying to make that fight. And Sebastian Fundora is I don't want to say he's not a sideshow. He is he's an anomaly. That's the word. Sebastian Fundora is an anomaly in the sport of boxing. At 6'6" with an 80-inch arm reach, fighting at 154 pounds is unheard of. It's just It's bizarre to say the least. So, you know, he's a ticket that you could sell. You know what I'm saying? You could promote. Hey, come watch this Towering Inferno. Sebastian Fundora fighting that junior middleweight at 6'6". You know, so you can sell those tickets. So let's see how this unfolds for Jermell Charlo moving forward. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.